Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we are looking at the last of our April 2nd Super Tuesday states, and that is the state of Wisconsin. As you can see, Joe Biden swept the state of Wisconsin with 511,000 votes. That said, carrying every single county. However, you'll see unconstructed got over around 48,000 votes. If people didn't really show up to vote for Joe Biden in this said primary, unconstructed would have probably got a couple of delegates. I don't know, but as you should know, good night for Joe Biden in primaries in his primary, but not a good night for the Democratic Party in Wisconsin as they lost multiple judicial races, and not to mention two crucial ballot measures in which conservatives ended up winning in a landslide, which we'll be talking about those ballot measures tomorrow. But let's see. I'll tell you guys this. Primaries, they don't really matter. These primaries don't really matter now. They're not going to influence the general election because Trump has such momentum and support. They're not going to go out and vote though because he's running unopposed. Why back someone that's running unopposed? Joe Biden is not only running against Marianne Williamson, but he's running against an unconstructed option. And Joe Biden, he has to be wary towards that uninstructed option, because once again, there is the Palestine and the support for Palestine in the Israel Hamas conflict that will overall determine his performance in the general election. So he, of course, is going to. And he knows that, yeah, Unconstructed is probably not going to win a contest last year, Jason Palmer. But when it comes to the unconstructed option, Joe Biden needs to, it's best for, as you know, the unconstructed option not to win contests or like delegates. So Biden, not that worried it looks like, but other Biden voters, they're going to show up and vote. Because why? Yeah, because of that unconstructed option. You'll also see there are people like in Milwaukee. Let's see. Unconstructed, 12% of voters, 13,000. You'll see, yes, uninstructed gets more support in urban areas. Kenosha, more of the conservative areas of Wisconsin, more urban conservative, not that much support. You got 777 people going out to vote for, as you know, the uninstructed option. You have, however, in Madison, 14,000 14,489 people. It looks like that was much better than Milwaukee's 13,266. Yes, it is said Madison is more liberal than Milwaukee, believe it or not. More liberal, which is kind of surprising because Milwaukee is the second biggest city. The Madison is the second biggest city than Milwaukee, but yes, definitely it is more liberal. That makes Dane County the county it is today. You do see like in more like Green Bay, even though it is more of a conservative, somewhat liberal area. moderately liberal. There are like tons of pro-Palestinian voters. 1,085 people go out and vote. That's 5% of the popular vote. Well, it's not like 14,000, and it's close enough to Kenosha and Racine. So, interestingly enough, Eau Claire uninstructed got up to 1,000. La Crosse, however, just below 1,000 votes for uninstructed. So Douglas County, which holds Superior, that has 216 voters for uninstructed. It's like 20,000 people. Not really the biggest city. Here, I want to save these for later, but yeah, the, let's see. There's Oshkosh in Winnebago County, 804,000 votes for uninstructed. So, in a nutshell, you have Joe Biden, even though he experienced, let's just say, his worst marginal wins in Madison and Milwaukee, areas that are going to have more liberal, more ideology. That is also where he kind of did poorly with votes. That's understandably because of, as you know, population. 14,489 people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot. You got also in Milwaukee, 13,266 people. Also a lot of people. Like 2,000 people even went out to vote for Dean Phillips. Unusually, because once again, Wisconsin is Minnesota's eastern neighbor. Even though, here's the funny thing, I think Dean Phillips would probably get more votes. I mean, 17,714 votes. That's Dean Phillips should personally go on his Twitter and say thank you to all those voters that went out and gave 3.1. But he's not going to do that because he endorsed Biden. He doesn't technically want people to go out and vote for him. But then again, Joe Biden's going to win regardless. So he should at least say thank you quietly. So, yeah, that's how I kind of view it. 3.1%. That's actually really good for Dean Phillips. Marianne Williamson, I don't know if she made it on the ballot, but she was unfortunately unable to appear. She, according to recent polls in June 28th, 2023, Joe Biden defeats Marianne Williamson, basically wins 3%. But yeah, 8.3% it looks like for uninstructed. Let's take a look at the primary involving Trump. Let's see. This is an interesting map. You'll see Trump performed his best overall victory in Menominee County, and that county significantly is a county of Native Americans. It's also the most liberalist county in Wisconsin. Yes, Dane County is not the most Democrat county. Technically not. It's Menominee by margin. It's 80% Democrat, almost 90% because of the Native American vote. But I'll tell you, I also, it looks like Trump didn't, looks yeah, turnout's fine. I heard that the turnout was really bad in Wisconsin, but we got to remember, guys, Trump's running unopposed for crying out loud. Yeah, Trump underperformed. Joe Biden did better because he is literally perform challenged. It's kind of mind-boggling because a couple primaries ago in January, Trump was challenged. There was Nikki Haley. There was Vivek Ramaswamy. The turnout was high. Well, actually, pretty good when it came to a snowstorm. But now, really, if a snowstorm swept Wisconsin, which it could because it's April, that happens all the time, people won't show up and vote for Trump. It's not worth it because guess what? Trump's running unopposed. Okay? Look at that. Trump's running unopposed. So, going when it comes to performance, you'll see, yeah, Donald Trump swept the state of Wisconsin with around 476,000 votes. That's pretty good. Nikki Haley though got 76,000 votes. And I think that is what a lot of my commenters were saying, "Hey, Trump didn't do so good. Nikki Haley won 80,000 votes." And I understand that. Close to 80,000. Um and this as a withdrawn character. I would also like to see how um I would like to also see how, as you know, comparing that to the uncommitted. I think we can do that. All right, unconstructed 48,000. So technically, Nikki Haley overperformed the um uninstructed option by 30,000 votes. Guess what? A lot of those people, I have to say, a lot of those people actually think that Trump is going that Nikki Haley is going to join back in the race. She's not. She is not. 20,000 people, 20,000 doorknob idiots that voted for Ron DeSantis thinks that Ron DeSantis is going to join back in the race. He's not. He endorsed Trump. And what a backstab would that be if Ron DeSantis went ahead and joined the race? That would not be just a backstab. That would be a total career destroyer. Think about it. Finally, Ron DeSantis is doing good. Ron DeSantis is being looked at as a leader right now in Florida because he's standing up against the migrant crisis. And while the failing Biden administration refuses to do anything about it, people are getting killed. And Ron DeSantis is saying this is a problem. We're going to fix it. Yes, I know. Recent news events. I would be excited, enthusiastic to vote for Ron DeSantis too. But Ron DeSantis is not in this race. He is not running for president anymore. And instead, he says vote for Donald Trump. What are you ought to do? Vote for Trump. That's what you're supposed to do. So yeah, 93% for Menominee County. That makes sense, guys. That makes sense because 90%, well, let's see. It is the longest voting Democratic county in the state of Wisconsin. No, actually, technically not. It's never ever voted Republican before. Um, except for 2022 in the United States House of Representatives elections. Republicans barely won that county because no one showed up and voted. But yes, as you'll see, 81% of residents who are Native American overwhelmingly are As you know, 81% what are Democrats. You also have 20. No, I'm looking at you. That is 1,300 said votes. 278 votes. 17.48% are Republican. Let's see. Yeah, and then again, those 200 people didn't go out and vote. 53 out of those 271 people, I want to believe, 78 people came out and voted for Donald Trump. Okay, fine. At least 3 people, 1 vote for Chris Christie. Guess what? Then again, if we have 76,000 voters that really want to waste their time, and I'm guessing this is an open primary if 76,000 people went out and voted for Joe Biden. For Donald Trump, because it's either that they care about Palestine, the left cares about Palestine, or they care about Donald Trump, right? It's those two issues. They have to do everything in their power to stop Joe Biden from winning the nomination because of the Israel-Hamas conflict, or if they have to do whatever they can to stop Donald Trump to win the nomination, because orange man bad, right? That's how it goes. So, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I will see you all in the next political episode.